Hello out there, my name is Adiola Akiemi. I'd like to welcome you to this training session on the 3 things you need to do when facing business adversity. Now, every business will face adversity. As an entrepreneur, you must be prepared to understand that business is all about removing obstacles. It's going to be an obstacle course, and there will be one after the other. When you think you have escaped your current adversity, you find yourself entering into the next one. And one of the things you must master as an entrepreneur is how to always rise above adversity. I'm going to be sharing with you 3 key tips that will help you face your next challenges with pride, with zest, with passion, and face them and overcome them. I like one thing that Job said. He said, man is born to trouble as surely as the sparks fly upwards. Reality is we are going to face tough times. The tough times will not last. It is tough people who last. So I'm going to be sharing with you today 3 key things that I have learned, mastered, and utilized in helping me face adversity. There are 3 things that have worked well for me, and there will be an introduction into a number of other things that you can learn to help you in going through adversity. I'd like you to pay attention, listen, take notes, and make up your mind that when next adversity throws you down, you're going to bounce higher. The first tip I'd like to share with you today is expect adversity. Expect it. The reason why adversity throws many people completely off their paths and really messes them up is because they are not expecting it. People expect things to go well. People expect things to go as planned. People don't expect any surprises. Expect adversity. Now, expecting adversity will put you at an advantage because you will not be reacting to what happens to you. You will be proactively taking the steps based on your expectations. And it's not going around life with a worst case scenario mentality. No. It is expecting that sometimes for you to achieve the things you want to achieve, you need some things that you do not control to take you off your tangent, and then you will creatively walk your way back to what you want to accomplish. Ladies and gentlemen, no matter how far into the future you think you see, the future is something that we are all not clear about. Things will evolve, things will happen. And one of the things you need to expect will happen in your business, in your life, in your marriage, whatever it is that you're doing, is that things that are not expected will happen. What makes the difference between you and the next person is how you respond to these things. I tell people that there's, between stimulus and response, there's a little space in there where you have the ability to make a choice. And many of us think we don't have choices. Somebody did something bad to me, I need to respond. This happened, I need to retaliate. This happened, this is what I need to do next. You need to have a view. To say whatever happens to me, I need to be quiet enough within myself to make proactive decisions, to think about what exactly the outcomes that I want to have is, and make my decisions based on that. And not ever enter into adversity thinking, oh, why me? This shouldn't happen to me. Okay, why somebody else? Why not you? Okay, so as you go through your business, have the expectation that things will happen. But those things that happen will not take you off your goal. Your goal will be achieved in spite of them. It means that life will once in a while throw you curveballs. You need to have an understanding that those curveballs will come, but you will find a way of navigating to make sure that things are better. Expect that there will be adversity. Expect that there will be challenges. Expect that sometimes something will happen that you didn't have in plan. It is not working against your goal. It's not working against your end. It's giving you an opportunity to create another creative way to still get to where you're going. If you are living life with this expectation and you're operating from this base, you are likely to advance further, be stronger in midst of adversity, and even bounce higher. I have a little simple metaphor. When you want something to bounce to the roof, you hit it on the ground. When you hit it on the ground, it bounces to the roof. What does that mean? It means sometimes if you want to reach your highest heights, it's not a function of how well they throw you, it's how hard you bounce. If you throw it into a very hard surface, it bounces and it can be higher than it was before it was bounced. Now, that's how I want you to see adversity. Expect that the great things you want to accomplish in your life will only be accomplished when some things happen that are not within your control, that are adverse to the purpose you want to achieve, that seem challenging to where you want to be. Because if it doesn't kill you, it will make you stronger. Expect adversity. The second tip I'd like to share with you is that you need to begin with a clear picture of where you want to end. Now, many businesses and many business people don't have long-term goals. It looks like a border. Why will I have to 20-year plan with 25-year goal? let me just survive. People do businesses for survival. They do business for the 1 year ahead, for the 2 years ahead, for a short period of time. And because they don't have that very clear end, it is very difficult to fit whatever is happening to them into perspective. Whatever is happening to you begins to fit more into perspective if you have a long-term vision. Now, the fact that you have a very long period that you're looking at will make everything that happens along the way make sense. I'll give you a quick illustration. I say, for example, that 1 grain of seed, if you plant in the soil, can yield 1,300 grains because it can grow up to a full maize plant that has 2 cobs. Each cob has 650. If you hand them together, it's 1,300. If you plant this again, putting 2 in each spot in the soil, you can have 845,000 by the next season. So in less than 9 months, you can grow 1 grain seed into 845,000, depending on one key factor. That somewhere along the line, you don't decide to cook 840,000 and be left with just 500. Now, why will somebody cook that amount of maize and not to wait for the future where you can have acres of land? Because if you do anything without a clear picture of a big end in mind, of a good end in mind, of the end in your mind, you will squander the resources that come to your hand. You will eat what you should have kept as seed, as fruit, and you may not be able to get to that end. The longer and the bigger the vision you have, the more the things that you have that happen to you fall within perspective. I'll give you an illustration. You'll find it in the book that I wrote, Upgrading Your Adversity Quotient. Now, I got involved into a business. Somebody came to meet me cap in hand and said, please come and help me. I want to do this business with you. I sell supplements and I want you to use your network and your influence to help me adopt this product and sell, and great things will happen. After a long period of time, I said yes. And I decided to get involved in this. Year 1, we broke every record he ever set in 1 month and went along in the year to do over $1 billion turnover. Year 2, we did the same. Year 3, we were on track to do the same before the supplier came back, stabbed me, decided to find a way to break our 10-year agreement, said he wasn't doing it again, stopped supplying us, owed us money, and really, really messed me and the company I represent up. Now, you ask yourself, this is serious adversity. How do you get perspective from this? Now, the long-term vision is, if I stretch this for 10 years, 20 years, and say, what kind of person do I want to be? I want to be playing in the wellness space. I want to be a significant person creating products of value and reaching into the world's consumers. If I will ever achieve that dream, then it comes into perspective that somebody can give me the opportunity. It's adversity, but now I see an opportunity to get educated about that field, to get to play in that space, to learn the mistakes and the errors and the challenges with somebody else's products, develop capacity in distribution on the back of being able to now go back and manufacture and still supply the same chain. What am I saying? I'm saying a longer term vision of what is possible in my future made it easier for me to see what will have been adversity as an opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to me, adversities really are opportunities. The reason why we don't see the opportunity is because we're not thinking long term enough. We're not thinking far enough. So today, not only do I distribute, I now manufacture. And guess what? I tell people, never go into manufacturing if you have not sorted out a market. It's only when you have created the market that you now begin to look at inventory, you now begin to look at creation. Guess what? Somebody else offered us their own products, gave us the platform and the opportunity to test the market, to see the viability of the market, and then be able to backward integrate and create value for them. Now, that wasn't the design. The design was to mess us up, to shove us down, to make us react, get us into an unnecessary illegal battle, waste our time, waste our resources, waste our life. But guess what? By thinking long term, we're able to take the same opportunity that will have been an adversity, convert it into an opportunity, ask ourselves, what do we now need to do backward to ensure that we can take this opportunity? And today, we're taking that opportunity. One of the things you need to do is begin with the end in mind, have a very clear vision of the future. And if it wasn't clear before, when adversity happens to you, tell yourself what can happen as a consequence of this, how far can I stretch this? And the more you're able to stretch it far, the more you are able to fit your adversity into context and realize that every adversity really is an opportunity in disguise. The third tip I'd like to share with you is the people factor. There is nothing in this world more important than relationships. Okay? I tell people, if you make a lot of money and you don't have people to spend it with, it's not good money. If you make a lot of progress, you win awards, you are celebrated, and you have no one, that looks at you and says, wow, congratulations. Somebody that claps for you, somebody that hugs you, somebody that jeers you on and says hi, a friend that pats you on your back. If you don't have those dimensions in your life, you have missed the road, you have missed the mark. That it is always better with people. And that's why in every adversity you go through, one of the key things you need around you is people. And some of the adversity you face will be because of people, because of the way they behaved, because of the way they made things happen, because of what they did. But nevertheless, you must understand that if you are going to achieve your highest level of productivity, it will be because you know how to work well with people. So in every adversity, I want to say, understand that you have the villains, you have the heroes, you have the people who will support and stand by you. Make sure you don't go through what you're going through alone. Learn how to work with others. You will disappoint people, you will fail people, but learn to keep that interaction on, because when all is said and done, what we are left with is people. I like a saying that says, friends were made for days of adversity. That's the days when you are in adversity that you know your friends. Somebody says, when you are popular, your friends will know you. When you are in trouble, you will know your friends. So in adversity, you need to realize that a support system of people is going to help you get through it faster. So don't keep what's going on with you alone, to you yourself alone. Let others know, communicate abundantly, carry them along in your picture, let them know what's going on, let them participate with you in your journey, let them share their own sides of the view, let them know what exactly is going on and what you're doing about it. A problem shared is half solved. And guess what? Adversity gives you the opportunity to forge deeper relationships with some people and to be able to cut off some people who you don't need in the next phase of the journey of your life. So let adversity test you, let it shake you, let it give you an opportunity to look around what you're doing and refine your relationships. Remember, relationships work together the best when you consider how all the parties can get value from what is going on as well. So maximize your next adversity. Make sure you're in the company of friends.